Welcome back everyone, my name is Echo and today is a very good day because today in this video I'm here to share with you everything you need to know about shields coming to Minecraft Pocket Edition, the Bedrock version, this week. Now Bedrock means iOS, Android, Windows 10, Xbox and Nintendo Switch versions. They're the same family, they're exactly the same, they're just on different devices. Now before we go any further, I want you guys to leave a comment down below and tell me what device or what system do you mainly play Minecraft on? I'm kind of curious. So what's the point of today's video? Well, today's video, I'm here to keep you all updated because either today, Thursday, or Friday, we're expecting the 1.10 beta. And in that version, we are going to be having shields. This will be the first ever time shields have made it to the handheld versions. And I know so many of you guys are really excited because every time a new update is introduced, the question is, where are shields? Why have they not been introduced? And every time anyone asks this question towards the developers, they never answered it. Until Minecon last year in 2018. So Jeb kind of answered this question and said, the reason why shields were never introduced to the handheld version is because, for one, they kind of find it hard to introduce it because they didn't know how it was going to work. But for two, and the most important feature, is that they're going to be reworking the whole combat system. So if you guys don't know the history behind the Java version, when they introduced the combat system, there was a large proportion of people that liked it, but there was a massive proportion that did not like it. This kind of split the community, and even to this day, it split the community. So Mojang and Microsoft and Minecraft are now like, alright, well we need to keep all of our fans happy, all of our gamers happy, let's try and rework the combat system. And that is what they're going to be doing. But it looks like the Bedrock version, Pocket Edition version, are going to be having access to the kind of new mechanics a little bit early. So if you do enjoy today's video, please take the time to hit that like button. So let's start off with where this news was found out. So Aubrey Norris, well known in the Minecraft community by now, tweeted this saying, Minecraft 1.10 beta this week, y'all, with the red crazy light emoji and the shocked face emoji, because everybody's excited about this. You guys have waited so long for this to happen, and I guess it's going to be something new for the players to mess around with. She then followed the tweet with this saying, some notes, 1.10 will include shields and some village features, as well as more behind the experimental toggle. But it is not the village and pillage update. We are planning for 1.11 to be village and pillage update. So let me kind of just reverse and keep you all updated here. 1.9 is currently in certification testing. So this is the where Microsoft and Minecraft and Mojang send the version of 1.9 to the iOS store, the Android store, the Xbox store for testing. Now, if it fails testing, it takes even longer to be introduced. I got a feeling 1.9 should be introduced this week. Rumors are it did fail cert testing on one platform, but that's coming very, very soon. Which moves us on to 1.10, which will feature shields and a couple of village features. But it's not classed as the village and pillage update. That will be classed as 1.11. I know the numbers are really confusing. The developers tell us not to follow the numbers, but as gamers, we follow these numbers because we're excited for specific features to be introduced into specific versions. Now, the only picture and preview we have of shields on the Bedrock version is this one. It was tweeted by a developer 2 weeks ago because I did bring you guys an updated video. This is what we have so far. Now, this was taken on Windows 10, but it's going to work somewhat similar on the iOS, Android, Windows 10, Xbox, and Switch version. I do have a couple of questions towards the end of this video that you guys have been asking me in the community tab. Make sure you guys stay updated with my community tab, by the way. I keep the latest news there. I keep the latest add-ons there, information that you guys need to know. So the rumor is how shields are going to work on the handheld version, so the likes of your iPhones, your iPads, your Samsung devices, is that you're going to have to crouch to block. Now, we do not know the full way it's going to work. We do not know if they're going to be introducing a brand new toggle button. We do not know that at this moment it's kind of just like a guessing game. The developer said that they didn't want to introduce too many buttons on the screen because if you think about it, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got so many different buttons already on your device. And if you're playing on a small device, you don't want your device to be controlled and just dominated by buttons, because it's not really attractive to look at and it kind of gets really annoying and in the way. So shields are going to be introduced as a beta. Obviously, the beta is only available for Android, Windows 10, and Xbox. I know, iOS users, Switch users, it sucks. This isn't Microsoft's fault. This is actually Nintendo's fault and Apple's fault. They're just a little bit stricter. Maybe in the future that will change, but for as long as you played on an iOS device, you've always known that you never get access to a beta. So I just want to go back to when the combat update shields were introduced to Minecraft Java PC. As you guys can see here, February 29th, 2016. The combat update is the name for Java Edition version 1.9, a major update released on Monday, February 29th, 2016. Obviously, betas are all for testing purposes. They could introduce shields and we could absolutely hate it. It might not work correctly. Something that the Pocket Edition players will have, though, is they'll have access to shields without the delayed hitting. So when shields were introduced to the Java version, you had the delayed hitting. So when you attack, you had to wait. Then you can attack again, then you had to wait, then you can attack again. With the handheld version, especially Xbox and Switch as well, you can spam attack. So that's going to be interesting how they're going to do that. Rumors is that you do have to crouch in order for the shield to be active and to block up. I'm really curious as to how it's going to work. So when I posted this in my community tab, there was a lot of questions from you guys, and I will continue to try and answer as many questions as I can in the run-up to shields, because of course I will bring you guys a beta video, I'll bring you a shields breakdown video, and of course I'll bring you guys some live streams. So the first question we have here is from Seth. Oh my god, shields, Echo, please make a video about it, please. Well, that's kind of the main reason why I'm making today's video. And this is just one person who is incredibly excited about this. Especially if you are playing the handheld version, dominantly by iOS and Android. The next one from Survivor MCPE. I've been waiting so long, and now it will be released. You know it, my dude. This had 15 thumbs up, so people agree with him. They're really excited to get their hands on this. The next one says, how would they work on PE? Now, I can't give you a direct answer to this question. Again, the rumor is shields will work when you crouch to give it somewhat kind of balance. Because if you're just blocking with a shield and constantly attacking, then it's kind of a little bit unfair. But I think the PvP aspect is going to be incredible. Yeah, but like him, it is like a curiosity. How is it going to work on the Pocket Edition version? The next one from Android Play. Wait, Bedrock 2 question or only beta question? So when you say Bedrock 2 and beta, they're not separate. Bedrock is iOS, Android, Windows 10, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. The beta, however, is only available for Android, Windows 10, and Xbox. And of course, this is releasing as a beta first. They're not going to release a full update and go, there's shields, because everyone's going to be like, wait, how's it work? I don't like this way. I don't like that way. No doubt when they do introduce the beta, it is going to be rammed with bugs. Again, it's the whole point of a beta. So they use those to kind of fix these issues. That's how things have worked for a very long time. A question here from Death King. Wait, so how would it work on a controller? Because, buddy, my Xbox is ready to handle intense PvP with shields, but not so sure how it would work with a controller. I mean, because as console players are limited when it comes to buttons. Now, Death King, great question. You're right. How is it going to work with a controller? Because one of the questions that was always asked towards 4J Studios is how are shields going to work? Because if they introduce shields, you only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have roughly 10 to 12 to 15 buttons on a controller. Meanwhile, a keyboard has tons and tons of buttons, so it's really easy to do with a keyboard. I don't know how they're going to do it with a controller. I would say with the push-in system, especially if it is going to be done with the crouching system. I'm guessing your analog stick, the way you crouch normally, or whatever you've assigned the button to crouch. For me personally, I use a thumbstick to crouch. So that's maybe how it's going to work. I think that's how it's going to work. You crouch to block. It does make a little bit of sense because all versions have access to block. So whenever you put a shield in the blocking system, it then puts it up. That's the only thing I can think of. Until I get my hands on this beta, I really can't answer that question in full. And the last question we have today says, finally, this is the most overrated feature which setted most things apart because PC and PE, hopefully 1.9 compat, doesn't tag along. Oh, okay, so I don't think it's an overrated feature. I think shields on their own are brilliant. Don't forget, shields can be combined with banners, and the Pocket Edition Bedrock version already has banners. So that's going to be a great addition. Combining those two together. I know exactly what you're saying though, and this goes back to the start of the video where they didn't introduce this because of the combat update. Again, nobody really liked the combat update, delayed hitting. The reason why Java have dealt with it for a long time is because the players that didn't like the combat update, they could go back and play 1.8 version, where they could spam attack. But it's got to a point now where the developers don't like the fact that there are still millions of people playing on 1.8, and the Java version's about to hit 1.14. Is a big divide. They kind of want to take the divide and bring them together so all players are happy. I don't think the combat update will fully make it to the Bedrock version. I don't think that's ever going to happen, because if they introduce the Bedrock version, if they introduce the combat update to the Bedrock version, we have to deal with it because we don't have version changes. And that's the reason why it's most likely taken this long to be introduced. But anyway, that's everything in today's video. We are expecting a brand new beta. It is coming this week, according to the developers, according to the social media experts. But yeah, expect it this week, possibly today, which is Wednesday, if not tomorrow, which is Thursday. Fingers crossed. Friday is the last push, but it's going to be buggy. But I'll keep you all updated as I usually do. Have a great day, stay beautiful, and I'll catch you next time.